sign of rain. Creek's gone dry, no sign of rain. Creek's gone dry, no sign of rain out on the tall grass prairie.
Well, I have the job of introducing these folks up here, and so let me do that kind of quickly. I guess I'll go down the line here. We've got Audra Blasi, and if it is Blasi, is that how you say it? Yep, okay. Let me think a minute. She grew up in Wichita, didn't you? Yes, grew up in Wichita. But she was working on the family farm in the summer. She did go to Oklahoma State University, which, by the way, does have a very good veterinary school, and did serve. I find this interesting. Some of that Wichita rubbed off on her. She served in the was active duty Air Force for 3 years, and is still in the Air National Guard. So thank you for your service. So she was in Texas and New Mexico for a few years, and everything from shelter medicine, and after a while, tell us what that is. And then she packed up her husband and 4 dogs and a cat that's on medication for high stress with those 4 dogs. And came here to Kansas. She's in Council Grove, by the way. I didn't mention that. Rocking KM Veterinary Service in Council Grove. And let's see, skipping over here. Next is Jessica Gernhard. Thank you. Yes, Jessica Gernhard from my home county of Marion. And she established the Animal Health Center of Marion County back in the 90s. And so I grew up near Tampa, which is Marion County, graduated from Center High School. I know right where that's at, and did attend a place called Kansas State University. We'll try to check out on how the game goes after a while here. And then she came to the Animal Health Center there at Marion, and she enjoys all sizes of animals and the out of doors, and just enjoys being here in the Flint Hills. She's also she's kind of up there pretty big. She's president of the Academy of Veterinary Consultants. Oh, it's been a few years ago, she says. Okay. And on the Rural Practice Committee for the American Association of Bovine Practitioners. And so the Kansas Veterinary Medical Loan Repayment Program, helping identify rural areas in need of veterinarians. And some of you can relate to that, I'm sure. The next guy, Tom Jernigan, isn't it? He born and raised in Council Grove. Did graduate from K-State in Natural Resources Conservation. That's kind of my area of study, and worked in Colorado. I have too. So, and then came back to K-State Vet College and graduated there in the very late 70s. Practiced with his father in Council Grove, and then bought it, of course, and worked that for 40 years with an office, by the way, here in Chase County, and so has 3 grown children, 8 granddaughters. So good for you. There you go. Yeah. I always find it interesting, veterinaries, and for that matter, our doctors, they practice on us. Does that make you nervous? They practice on us, but on the other hand, I guess I remember hearing one time, we say practice makes perfect. Actually, it's perfect practice makes perfect. And so keep practicing until you get it perfect. Yeah. So next is Bill Brethour. Bill graduated from Clay Center High School. He attended Kansas State College, but he told me that later on he came back and graduated from Kansas State University. So he has 2 degrees from the college and the university. And he was in the Army as well. You were a helicopter pilot. Woo, okay. I had a helicopter ride once. That's the only one I ever want. And we came back and applied for vet school, and then graduated from Kansas State back in the actually late 60s. And he practiced in Illinois for a couple of years, returned to Kansas, and established his practice in Wamego. So in the northern Flint Hills, what he calls started with a mixed practice, mostly large animals. And after 35 years, he downsized to small animals. Okay. So anyway, again, he says he really enjoyed his career. I find it kind of interesting, just so you know, Bill's wife, Sylvia, was Frank Gaddy's daughter. And Frank Gaddy, of course, just lived up the road at Bazaar, was a quarter horse breeder for something over 50 years. And as a matter of fact, I have a horse, his registered name was Lee Gaddy. Guess where he came from? And and the other thing about Frank Gaddy's kind of interesting. Frank was one of the last actual people that was actually in the U.S. cavalry. Okay, so I find that kind of interesting. So anyway, let's see, who have we got left? I think it's Duane Henrikson down there at the very end. And so Duane was born and raised in a place called Emporia. And worked with his father there at the Emporia Livestock Sales Barn, went to college and vet school, of course, at K-State, served in the Air Force also, and joined the Emporia Veterinary Hospital. And he worked with his dad, M.L., and Dr. Irwin Collins and Dr. Brian Barr, and they practiced for 43 years, I think. So mostly large animal practice with many species. And it says here, they weren't all large animals, chickens, pigs, sheep, goats, cattle, horses, and a few exotics. So there you go. And so in his clientele, kind of, things have evolved over time, as you all aware. So anyway, those are the vets that are with us. It does say Duane's, you're retired. So, okay. So he has many hobbies. Photography, hey, that's a good one. And it's quite a bit of travel with his wife. And so, by the way, his wife is a retired teacher and the author Geraldine Henrikson, if you've read some of her books and so forth, which I have. So anyway, well, let's start. I've got a list of questions to perhaps ask you guys.
Ground is wet, the wildflowers bloom. Ground is wet, the wildflowers bloom. Ground is wet and the wildflowers bloom.